everyone, Cat and Lil Man here. I'm gonna do our December wrap up. So I've got my stack of physical books. Yes, we do. Mwah. Yeah, you go climb up on Mama. But I can't no kisses. Oh, I see how it is. No kisses for Mama. So we're gonna start with the physicals, and then of course I've got my notebook for all of the ebooks, some of which ended up being DNFs, which is why I managed to get through so many this month. It was a lot of short stories and a lot of eh. So we'll get to that. We're gonna start off with yeah this, but oh, I was gonna do a fun shirt. Happy bunnies. Out of your you are totally perfect, except for 9 or 10 things. Because it's Happy Bunny, and yeah, I'm dating myself that, hey, I found a pajama shirt that's still in shape from when I was in college. I used to have some other PJs and outfits and posters and sarcastic little, cute but evil. Yep, of course I loved it. So, yep. I've heard Happy Bunny from other ones, but that's, you say Happy Bunny and it means something completely different. But, yep. So, I tried to go with the mostly Christmas theme. Some of it worked, some of it didn't. This had been on my shelf forever. All I want for Christmas is a vampire. And as you can tell, this is not going to really be my thing. It's going to end up in an unhaul video. Because, yay, it's vampires! And our main character is kind of this smart alecky, yeah, I'm a chick, yeah, I'm tiny, bring it on. And it starts off as like an anti-romance, because, like, it's like, oh, he's hot. Ew, he's a vampire. I hate vampires, but also I hate him for thinking that mortals aren't good enough for vampires. Like, so, kind of like her, she's kind of an idiot from the get go. Like, he's a snob because he won't date humans, but you're not a snob because you won't date vampires. Because she basically has this ultimate move, I need to get in with these vampires so I can prove they exist, so I can break my friend out of the mental institution that she's in, because she went, I was attacked by vampires, so clearly she's nuts, except for she's not. But then they decide they're all in love and it gets mushy. So if you like romance, this is probably really good. I am not a romance girly, so it's a DNF. There was also Arctic Drift by Clive Cussler. And supposedly he's only makes cameos in his books in a handful of them. Every one that I pick up is one that he has done a cameo of himself in, and it always makes me giggle. And this one basically is, we got some greedy, evil, business tycoon that's, oh yay, I'm helping the environment. But really, he's, yep, here's what I'm doing in public. But actually, I'm screwing you on the back end for profit, and I've got a mercenary doing my dirty work so that, the actually trying to do good stuff folks get screwed over and, literally killing the competition. For the most part, I enjoyed this. There was a tiny bit of attempting to have a romance. That was just the dumbest thing ever. We have our main character, Dirk Pitt, who has 2 kids. One named Dirk, and then his daughter, Summer. And, they're in Canada doing this, water survey thing. Find, hey, people are dropping dead. It might be tied to this company run by this creepy dude. Oh, hey, this one guy that's dead, we met his brother, and oh, he's hot. So, it's like, oh, I would have drowned, but her eyes were so beautiful, I stayed awake to follow her. Hey, we've known each other for 10 minutes. You should follow me from Canada to, where I live in Washington, but I'm usually in Hawaii, because, you should be in love with me. So that was really freaking stupid. But otherwise, it's really cool. They're trying to find a passage through the Arctic. We have the Franklin expedition. We got some drama between Canada and the US because, evil businessman stirring up some crap. We, it's kind of hinted at, but, do we know? Do we not? dude, he's the main evil bad guy, and that's really sketchy. I'm not 100% sure how, but we know you're guilty. So, there's all kinds of, evil businessmen, and you love when they just get it at the end. So that was happy. It was actually fast paced. Aside from that stupid, thankfully only a couple pages worth of, attempted romance that felt very, why are you doing this forced? We got a little bit of politic in there. We got some stuff blowing up, a lot of sabotage. We get a bit of history. Mostly it takes place in Canada, so, hey Elaine, there you go. Or your hubby can read this one if he hasn't already. So that was pretty fun. I read Wicked Saints by Emily A. Duncan. And, nice knockoff Russia versus other knockoff Russia, because, you know, whose gods are correct and, who's accessing their magic from their gods correctly, and, kingdoms and religion and betrayal and, 100 years of murder over, you know, whose gods' countries are correct. Apparently, this is a trilogy. I did enjoy it. I do want the second one, but I don't love it so much that I'm racing out for it. Also, there was some, cliche, oh my gosh, I've lived in a, monastery my whole life, and ooh, there's a boy. So, we have some dumb teenage romance. So, I'm curious. It's a trilogy. I'll get to the next one when I find it on sale, which might be the next time I go to my used bookstore. It might be a few years and I forget about it. 3 stars. Another for the unhaul pile. It sounded so good, and I gave it 20%. Usually it's, hit or miss, you're getting ditched at 10, but I kept giving it a try. Because we have this one dude who is just, very sweet, very innocent, dumb as a box of rocks, naive. And so, of course, this dude very clearly takes advantage of him. And he doesn't figure it out and goes, oh, well, he didn't pay me back or hit me up again, but something must have happened. Because, totally wouldn't have just been scamming me out of, meals and a couple $100 and what. No. So he goes and tries to track the guy down, and some rich dude decides, hey, why are you keeping this from me? I thought we were friends, right? Like, you need to show me this, secret that this guy initiated you into. I'm totally not going to screw you over later and use it to con other folks. Which, of course, he does. Because there's a codex from this, secret society that's all squares and triangles and, spirals. But somehow it's a language. And they're both convinced that they have deciphered it and learned all this, secrets about Atlantis. But, you have to prove that you can be initiated to learn about it. And then we'll actually teach you what it really says. So they went from, there's this mysterious pamphlet that, you have to earn the right to. Eventually the masters might teach us about it. But I think I heard that guy's name that one time, and I've decided that I understand what that triangle stands for. So they just elevate themselves to masters, and now they're arguing over who gets to properly run this sham cult. One is doing it for money, one is actually an idiot that really thinks it's something, and I left off when they started arguing over who's the master of this cult that they're not calling a cult, and pretending that it's real even though they're both idiots. Except for one of them doesn't know he's an idiot. So I guess it's supposed to be a dry satire and like his best book ever if you read some of the reviews. I guess I'm not classy enough because it didn't do crap for me. And then I read Redwall by Brian Jacques, and I did not remember, I didn't realize at the time that this was a whole series. Dang it, I was trying to cut down some of the series that I have started since joining BookTube. Now I gotta add this one to the list. But it was cutesy. It's, a bunch of little mice and various woodland creatures. We've got ferrets and rats and badgers and squirrels and all kinds of little stuff going, hey, we live in this monastery and nobody messes with us because we're good and we help people. Except for we've got this evil rat that's like, I'm going to take over the monastery because they have to have all this food and gold and stuff, I'm sure. And he's basically like mafia pirate kind of thing. That's, and we've got our sweet little mouse that's, hey, we used to have this whole big warrior that nobody could touch, and he was buried, and his sword is missing. I'm gonna find it because his sword is magical, and I'll be able to fight off this evil rat. It's like, it's not the sword that's magic, it's the person that was awesome. Or, well, the mouse in this case. We got a sassy little rabbit, but it's just a nice, it's messed up because it's animals killing animals and like, naive, innocent monastery mice versus, evil rats and ferrets. It's a shame because ferrets are adorable. But it's messed up, but it's also somehow very cutesy. But yet I liked it, so, we'll see what happens from that. And then one of the books that I had been wanting all year to check off, because it does finish off a series that I started pretty much when I started BookTube a few years ago. Lightbringer by Claire Legrand. This was the finale of the Imperium trilogy that started with Furyborn. I loved the first two. I liked this one. Because basically, this whole story is we've got, this prophecy of a Sun Queen and a Blood Queen who are gonna, one's gonna save us, one is gonna doom us to the fate that the angels started because they got jealous and wanted to kill off the humans, and then are mad because, the humans tricked them into kicking their butt and sending them to hell, essentially. Like, you said you were just banishing us, so we promised to stop killing you, but really, you're just as evil as we are, and we suffered for it, so we want to kill you back again. And we've got, so there's that going on, and then we find out that, like, our Blood Queen and our Sun Queen are kind of the same thing. If she starts innocent, she gets more power, gets manipulated by the angels, becomes evil. And this is basically just a story of how she progresses from, yay, you're going to be the hero that saves us, to you're going to doom us. And the last book was, alternate timelines of two different people, their perspectives like 1,000 years apart. To now everybody kept getting their own chapters, and I mean, it's the Blood Queen, we're not supposed to like her. But I think we were supposed to feel sorry for her. Instead, I was just annoyed. Because, well, I became evil because no one loves me, because they're all afraid of me, because I'm evil. But how dare they be afraid of me just because I'm powerful enough to be evil? Ugh, you feared me because I did exactly what I told you I could do, and that I will do if you dare to defy me or look like you're thinking about ever one day defying me. But why are you afraid of me just because I keep killing you? If you tell people they should fear you because you're all powerful and all evil, you don't get to cry that no one loves you because they fear you because you're powerful and evil and, exploiting your powerful evilness. So, and that's what she did in this one. So, if the main character wasn't like one of the main characters, I would have liked it. Because she was doing good. Like, she was fighting her becoming evil in the first two. And then she was just whining that she was evil and nobody loved her because she was evil. Well, then maybe don't be evil. Don't tell people to fear you if you don't want them to fear you. So, and there's another one that I had, but I don't know where it went. I had Matilda, which y'all know that one. It's a classic. It's a children's story by Roald Dahl. And the movie's really good. I've been watching it since I was little. I also read Iron Flame by Rebecca Yarros. We're not going to get into that here. I've already done a whole separate thing of, I will not be carrying on with that series. I read Thornhedge by T Kingfisher. And it was kind of like, it had very much like Sleeping Beauty vibes. And a bit of a romance and some fae. And I didn't love it. I didn't hate it. It was just kind of there. Which is a real shame because I've heard multiple times about T Kingfisher, and he's supposed to be really freaking awesome. And this was the only one that my library had, so I'm like, whatever, I'll try it. It's middle of the road. I tried to read Lorina in Wonderland by Samuel Den Hartog. I will put up a picture. This one I ended up DNFing. I was all excited. It's a going back to Wonderland kind of. That's what your retelling is. Hey, Alice's daughter is gonna go have her own adventures. But it felt like it was just leading you by the nose, going, "Hey, you should be learning a lesson, but you're too dumb to figure it out. So let me tell you precisely what it is. You don't get adventures; you just get talked at." I DNF'd that one quickly. Glimmer of Dragons by Heather G. Harris. This was a very short prequel. I freaking loved it. It's basically like we have this magical chick that doesn't know that she's magic, and she accidentally finds out, and because she's working for this guy, goes, "Hey, I need you to go get this thing from this guy because I bet it and lost in a card game. But we're friends, so go steal it back from him. But you might see some weird crap." And it, like, it's kind of fun because being American, like, hey, this language is weird because it takes place like all over like UK. A lot of it's in Scotland, so yay, awesome. Kind of get a nod for some other places. Then I also read Daughter of the Pirate King and Daughter of the Siren Queen by Tricia Levenseller. I loved the first one, even though there were glimpses of, romance in it. It started getting a little towards the end. But, we have this, like, you know what? Yep, I'm the daughter of the Pirate King. I am going to be queen one day. Yes, I'm a woman. I will mess you up. I got my whole crew of women. Because we make way better pirates than you losers. And she intentionally gets herself kidnapped by these guys so she can try to find the map for her dad. And slowly has, the daddy issues are revealed. And, one of the pirates that I got myself kidnapped by actually isn't that bad. And, as we very quickly find out, she's a siren. She has some powers. But she's, only part siren because, daddy's normal pirate. But the romance starts getting a little obnoxious. You can see it coming, but for the most part, I love the attitude of it. The sequel, on the other hand, was very heavy of, oh yeah, I'm badass, except for I can't do anything without this guy. We hate each other because, I'm a siren, he's a pirate. He kidnapped me, I whooped his butt. We're in love, but we hate each other, but we're in love, and neither one of us can stand to be apart, even though we hate each other. And there's some other stuff going on in the background, but their stupid, young adult romance takes well over this, so it's a trilogy. Even if my library has the third one, I'm not finishing it. The Vampire in the Case of the Cozy Christmas. This was a co-written series with Heather G. Harris, and it's exactly what it sounds like. It's, if you cut out the intro and all the, hey, look, other stuff coming up later, this was not even 40 pages. And if you want a cutesy, romantic, Christmas, Eve story, it's good, I guess. It's exactly as it sounds. It's cozy, it's cutesy, well, we were enemies, but we made friends. And okay, you can come to the little family party we're having in our, small Alaskan town with all the other supernaturals and coo over our friends and our husbands and whatnot. There's Belladonna by Adalyn Grace, which, yeah, we have some romance going, but I just love the whole thing of, she can't die. So she keeps eating these poisons so she can make friends with Death. Who's like, you keep killing all these people so nobody likes me because they think I'm killing everyone because everyone around me keeps dying. When, yeah, you're not doing it. You're just somehow cursed because we start off with, hey, someone poisoned the wine and everybody died except for the baby who just saw everybody die. and all their spirits, because, hey, she can see death. And, finally goes, hey, we're going to leave you with your last bit of living family who, they're being poisoned. Well, they're dying. And Savir's like, oh, hey, I know this poison. I eat it all the time on purpose. But who's doing it? What's it? Where's the poison coming from? And it's this whole mystery and a little bit of romance and a little bit of kind of coming of age. And I'm not big on romance, so I didn't love it, but I did actually manage to enjoy it. And it's the first in a series. I think the next one is Foxglove something or other. Because it's basically, hey, this is the 1800s and women have to be a part of society, but oh wait, I come from money. I always wanted to be society, but now that I'm kind of getting a taste of it, it kind of sucks. These women are all backstabbing trash and gold digging hoes, though can't really blame them because as women they're not allowed to be anything else. But oh my god, you ate an extra scone? You're gonna be fat. Ew. So, like, wait, I'm rich. If I get married, then he'll have my money. But if not, I can just play around because I got my own money, which is the whole point of getting married in those days. Because she's the only one still alive. And there was Jingle Me Balls by Robyn Peterman. And this is exactly what it sounds like. We got like a bunch of the Greek pantheon just trying to be slutty evil pirates around Christmas, and we have Poseidon, who there's nothing over the top. There's not actual spice, but all the jokes are very blue, and they're all really stupid. Because apparently, like, Poseidon decides to get some of his kids together. Go, hey, we have to go to Earth so we can get self-cleaning crock pots because that'll get me laid for the next 6 months. And we're on a mission to steal all this stuff because apparently you can't use gold that's imprinted with, God at Kmart. Because, really, that's not currency. And he's dumb as a box of rocks. Accidentally kind of sweet, but mostly he's a very absentee, very horrible father that is just concerned with, hey, look how big my junk is. I live in a diaper. But my diaper's so filled out. And hey, let's make some more comments about my junk. Whereas my say that again, honey. I promise I'm not gonna zap you. And if you believe that, you're an idiot. So this was short, very quick. Apparently, it's a whole sea shanty series of, very blue comedy that was right up my alley. This one just happened to take place at Christmas time, and it was fun. There was a Reign of Anti-Santas by Colin Dodds. And I was excited about this one. I thought it was going to be all nice, smart alecky. The underbelly of Christmas being exposed by, the mistreated elves and dwarves, and it wasn't that at all. It was more fussing about politics and, you know, trash business folks, just with the background of it takes place in the North Pole and the Christmas industry, but it could be pretty much anything retail and having to deal with, you know, paper pushers and backstabbing pricks and greed. It just Somehow it was supposed to be like a 300-page book. I gave up after about 50 pages. And then Of Beast and Beauty by Chanda Hahn. Hopefully I said that correctly. It's a Beauty and the Beast retelling. We had some romance. We didn't get a library, and I'm very upset about that. But basically, our Beauty was used as revenge because she's one of the, like, not necessarily kidnapped, but yeah, taken in daughters by, Lady Evil. These kingdoms did me dirty, so I'm gonna use my, very gorgeous daughter with magic powers to, as my pawn to get revenge on these kingdoms. And we have prick, backstabby princes. Yeah, I was forced into marrying you. I don't even know what you look like, but I hate your guts. And, they're just constantly treating her like trash. Nothing really changes, but then yet they decide they're in love because she's gorgeous, which is part of why she's evil. Because I can't find you attractive. You cursed me and enchanted me with your beauty, so you're evil. And even though he's a sleazebag that he wanted to make out with her, well, he wanted to do a lot more than that. Until he realized that that was his wife that he was trying to hook up with, and then he had no interest until he did. So he had to treat her like crap because he was interested in her, and there's some sneaky beast going around killing everybody that, goes past a certain point in the kingdom, and almost war going within the neighboring kingdom, and typical kings backstabbing and plotting, and never trust the royal family or your own family, especially not if they're one and the same. So, I mean, it was interesting. It was a good 3-star, but I love fairy tale retellings. I've read a crap ton of them, as y'all will know if you've been here for a while. It had bits of originality, but maybe if I was younger, because this is generally like a YA kind of novel, so it wasn't great. It wasn't horrible. There were stuff things that I liked some of the elements that they put into it that I hadn't seen before, or at least had only seen like once or twice before, and other ones really this whole I treat you like crap because I like you and I'm a kindergarten boy kind of crap. Like, I get you kind of liking her because, hey, everyone else is afraid to mouth off to the prince, and she's, oh, you're gonna be the prince? That's so cute. Screw you. But then, yes, ends up liking him anyway because that's the first boy she's ever seen. So, yep, that is what it is. That was a kind of long 18 books. But, yep, that we knocked a handful off. Hopefully, maybe I can save you from reading some of these, or maybe you're like, oh, yay, I never heard of that. Now I'm going to go get it. And I will see you soon. Bye. Happy reading.